A sea of faces converges outside the courthouse, a tense tableau of reporters and protesters awaiting the unsealing of the Epstein files. The air crackles with anticipation as whispers of speculation weave through the restless crowd. Each individual seems to hold their breath, aware of the secrets about to be unleashed. The courthouse looms in the background, a stoic sentinel guarding the truth soon to be revealed. Banners flutter and voices rise as the weight of expectation threatens to spill over into chaos. A palpable sense of unease permeates the scene, hinting at the storm about to break. Inside the bustling newsroom, a frenzy of activity unfolds as journalists swarm over the newly released documents. Eyes dart across pages, fingers trace lines of text, each reporter hunting for that crucial detail, that single name. The air crackles with anticipation, the scent of ink and paper mingling with the electric hum of potential revelation. A race against time and rivals, each journalist driven by the hope of cracking the story wide open. The fate of careers and reputations hangs in the balance, dependent on who can unearth the truth first. Inside his opulent office, Donald Trump watches the unfolding news coverage, his expression a mask of anxiety and defiance. The television screen reflects in his eyes, casting flickering shadows across his face as the Epstein files are dissected by the media. His advisors gather around him, their hushed voices weaving a tapestry of strategies and damage control. The air is thick with unspoken tension as they navigate the treacherous waters of potential fallout. The mansion throbs with a relentless bass, each pulse a heartbeat in the opulent chaos. A sea of bodies sways under the strobing lights, a kaleidoscope of movement and fleeting connections. Champagne cascades freely, a river of extravagance flowing through the revelry. P. Diddy, the master of ceremonies, holds court amidst the frenzy, his presence commanding and magnetic. Yet, behind the dazzling facade, a shadow flickers in his eyes, a subtle hint of unease. Unseen whispers slither through the crowd, their venomous tendrils carrying the weight of unspoken truths about his association with Epstein. Sunlight floods Charlie Kirk's opulent office, illuminating the scattered papers that claim his desk. Charlie, in his mid-20s, adjusts his tie, the gesture betraying a nervous energy beneath his composed facade. A sheen of sweat glistens on his forehead as he prepares to confront the day. His gaze is fixed, intense, on the prepared statement before him, a silent battle waged within. In the humid stillness of her jail cell, Elaine Maxwell sits on the cold metal bunk, her solitude palpable. Her gaze is distant, lost in the shadows of the wall, contemplating the path that led to her confinement. The stark steel of the bunk contrasts sharply with the weight of the secrets etched upon her face. Shadows dance around her, hinting at the burden of choices and the unseen truths she carries. Sunlight floods Mark Cuban's modern office, yet fails to penetrate the gloom hanging over the room. Mark Cuban sits at his expansive desk, a fortress of papers and legal documents surrounding him. His expression is etched with concern as he listens intently, every word from his legal team carrying heavy weight. The sleek, modern decor of a billionaire's office stands in stark contrast to the gravity of the situation. Anxiety permeates the air as they assess the potential damage to Mark Cuban's reputation and business empire. The association with Epstein casts a long, dark shadow over everything. Inside J.D. Vance's campaign headquarters, a storm of frantic activity unfolds. Team members are glued to phones, their faces etched with deep concern. Papers litter every surface, a testament to the chaos and mounting pressure. The air crackles with palpable tension as a looming threat materializes. J.D. Vance's name surfaces in the Epstein files, threatening to shatter his carefully built image. In the courtroom, Virginia Giuffre's lawyer stands firm, ready to present the damning evidence. Recently, unsealed files reveal Epstein's intricate network, each document a piece of a dark puzzle. The evidence meticulously details alleged crimes, implicating individuals in illicit activities. A damning picture begins to take shape. The air in the courtroom grows heavy with anticipation, each revelation adding another layer to the disturbing narrative. The weight of the truth hangs heavy in the silence. Inside FBI headquarters, agents are consumed by the intricate details of the Epstein files. Each agent works diligently, piecing together the complex puzzle of Epstein's extensive criminal enterprise. The air buzzes with focused intensity as they sift through evidence. The agents meticulously identify potential witnesses who can shed light on the darkness. The pursuit of justice intensifies as they uncover names of possible co-conspirators, their faces grim with determination. P. Diddy's mansion throbs with rhythmic intensity, a symphony of flashing lights cutting through the smoky haze. Bodies sway in a hedonistic dance, lost in the intoxicating rhythm of the night. Young women laugh, their eyes glittering as they flirt with powerful men, deals sealed with fleeting glances. The air hangs heavy with perfume, sweat, and unspoken desires, each scent a layer in the intoxicating atmosphere. Beneath the surface of glamour, a darkness lurks, an undercurrent of unease clinging to the shadows. Under the relentless sun, Epstein's private island radiates an unsettling, artificial beauty. Turquoise waters caress the immaculate white sand, a deceptive invitation to paradise. Palm trees sway in the gentle breeze, their shadows dancing over a landscape ripe with hidden menace. The air vibrates with a palpable sense of unease, a silent scream beneath the veneer of luxury. This idyllic facade masks sinister secrets, a playground built on exploitation and deceit. Wealthy and influential figures reveled here, indulging in alleged illicit activities behind the walls of paradise. In the intense atmosphere of the courtroom, Donald Trump stands tall at the witness stand, his expression unyielding. His voice resonates with conviction as he emphatically gestures, denying any association with Epstein's alleged crimes. Donald Trump vehemently asserts his innocence, his words cutting through the silence of the room. "I have never been involved in any of these so-called crimes," he declares, his tone laced with defiance. Accusations of political motivation fill the air as Donald Trump challenges the motives of his accusers. His stern look pierces through the courtroom, conveying unwavering confidence in the face of adversity. This is a political witch hunt. Under the intense glare of studio lights, legal experts gather around a gleaming table, ready to dissect the unfolding legal drama. The newly released Epstein files cast long shadows across their faces, sparking a heated debate about accountability. Papers rustle like whispers of hidden truths as they delve into the intricate web of connections and alleged crimes. Animated gestures punctuate the air as they passionately argue the potential for indictments and the pursuit of justice. A palpable tension fills the studio, fueled by the gravity of the revelations and the stakes involved. The experts contemplate the far-reaching consequences, aware that their analysis could shape the future of those implicated. Under harsh fluorescent lights, Charlie Kirk stands at the podium, sweat glistening on his brow, facing a sea of hostile faces in the packed town hall. The air crackles with palpable tension as the crowd glares, their expressions a mix of anger and skepticism. Kirk's grip tightens on the microphone, his knuckles white against the dark metal. He attempts to maintain composure, but the weight of the room's animosity bears down on him. Inside Mark Cuban's boardroom, sunlight gleams off the long, polished table, reflecting the gravity of the moment. Mark Cuban sits at the head, his expression unreadable as he surveys the scene before him. The board of directors, a collection of stern faces, surrounds the table, their gazes fixed and intense. Each member, a study in business attire, exudes an air of anticipation and concern. The weight of unspoken decisions and high stakes fills the room, pressing down on all present. Tension hangs thick in the air, a palpable force binding the group together in this critical moment. Under the glare of bright stage lights, J.D. Vance faces his political opponent, the air thick with unspoken accusations. Sweat beads on J.D.'s brow as his opponent corners him, probing relentlessly. "Mr. Vance, can you explain the nature of your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?" J.D.'s eyes dart nervously, a flicker of discomfort betraying his forced composure. "I want to be clear," J.D. retorts, his voice strained. "I condemn Epstein's actions in the strongest possible terms." The political opponent presses on, relentless. "But isn't it true that you accepted donations from him?" "I am defined by my commitment to serving the people," J.D. declares, attempting to regain control, "and I will not let this smear campaign distract me." The clang of the steel door echoes as it swings open, briefly illuminating Elaine Maxwell's stark jail cell. Elaine, her face etched with years, sits on the edge of the thin mattress, her gaze lost in the peeling paint. A smartly dressed lawyer enters his presence a stark contrast to the grim surroundings. "Miss Maxwell, we have an offer from the prosecution," the lawyer announces, his tone carefully measured. Elaine's eyes flicker with a mixture of surprise and suspicion. "An offer? After all this time? Cooperation? You mean betray everyone?" Elaine asks, her voice barely a whisper as she contemplates the lawyer's words. "This may be your only chance." In the hushed courtroom, a palpable tension hangs heavy as all eyes fix upon the stern-faced judge. Lawyers shift restlessly, their expressions betraying the weight of the impending verdict. The judge's voice, resonant and unwavering, cuts through the silence, demanding attention. "This court finds the defendants accountable for their actions," the judge declares, each word measured and deliberate. A collective intake of breath sweeps through the room as the gravity of the moment settles upon those present. "Let this serve as a message that justice will be served," the judge concludes, the pronouncement echoing with finality. The newsroom buzzes with frantic energy under the harsh fluorescent lights, a hive of journalists consumed by the unfolding story. Fingers dance across keyboards, each keystroke a step closer to unraveling the truth. Desks are battlegrounds of discarded coffee cups and crumpled papers, testament to the sleepless nights and relentless pursuit of the story. The air crackles with the palpable tension of a breaking scandal, the Epstein case, its tendrils reaching into the darkest corners. A shared understanding hangs heavy in the air. This is merely the tip of the iceberg. Secrets lie buried, dormant for now, but poised to erupt and shatter the carefully constructed facades of the powerful. A triumphant roar explodes as protesters celebrate outside the courthouse, their voices a unified cry for justice. Banners flutter wildly, each demanding investigations into Epstein's network. The air vibrates with chants of accountability, a relentless wave of public demand. The courthouse stands as a silent witness to the fervent demonstration, a focal point of hope and outrage. Federal agents descend upon P. Diddy's mansion, their presence a stark invasion of opulence. With methodical precision, they seize documents and electronics, each item a piece in a growing puzzle. A palpable tension fills the air as evidence of alleged sex trafficking is collected, room by room. The full-scale criminal investigation casts a dark shadow over the once celebrated halls. Inside his opulent office, Donald Trump sits amidst the gilded trappings of his success. A large screen flickers with news footage of P. Diddy's raid, the unfolding drama playing out before Trump's eyes. A slow, satisfied smirk begins to spread across Trump's face, a silent acknowledgement of the unfolding events. The media frenzy surrounding Diddy offers a convenient smokescreen, a welcome distraction from Trump's own past. A sense of vindication washes over him as the spotlight shifts away, if only for a fleeting moment. The courtroom buzzes with anticipation as the final act of the Epstein case unfolds. Echoing through the tense atmosphere, lawyers deliver their closing arguments with fervent conviction. Each word hangs in the air, a desperate plea aimed at swaying the jury's judgment. The weight of justice bears down as the defense passionately rebuts the prosecution's claims. A palpable tension fills the room as the prosecution counters, their voices ringing with righteous indignation. The jury listens intently, their expressions unreadable as they absorb the gravity of the impending verdict. In the cemetery's solemn silence, Jeffrey Epstein's gravesite stands as a dark monument. The stone is a stark reminder of shattered lives and buried secrets. A slow, deliberate pan upwards begins, the camera ascending towards the heavens. The sky looms, promising that the quest for justice continues, even beyond the grave.